one of the all-time great beginner riffs. This is from the White Stripes, and it is Seven Nation Army. Probably one of the best beginner riffs you could learn on guitar. It's in reality played a lot different to the simplistic way we're going to look at it here. It's actually played in an open A tuning with a slide guitar. There's multiple guitars happening to make the sounds that Jack gets out of this song, but we're going to do a simplified version that you could play along with the song here. We'll start off with the 7th fret on the A string, and the riff is the main riff is basically going to go like this: 7th fret to the 10th fret, so it's going to be twice at the 7th fret like this, 10th fret, back to the 7th fret. So once you get that little bit going, bit of a stretch there on the pinky. So for beginners who aren't used to using their pinkies, it's a really good exercise to start getting that happening. Then back to the 5th fret on the A, 3rd fret, and 2nd fret. So that's our first riff. Sounds like this. Have a little practice along to that. Once you can loop that and just keep get it continuously, you're probably ready to go. So there's a variation of that riff as well. So that's the main riff for the verses. But in the sort of larger parts after the build-ups, we're going to go into bar chords. And this can be pretty taxing. So we've got, they're all major shapes in this particular part. So we're going to go a major shape, which is like first finger 7th fret, and then barring with your 3rd finger the 9th fret of D, G, and B. And it's going to be the same riff, the same frets for the riff, but now we're playing them as bar chords like this. Just to add a bit of heavy texture to it. So you could play it as, or, which has a bit more punch to it. So we're going to try and do that one. And then alternate every second time it does that, where it goes 7, 7, 10, 7, 5, 3, 5, 3, 2, every second time round. So I was like counting out where my first finger was, but keeping that same chord shape. So that's the sort of more rocking part when it's going off, and then we come back to the straight for the verses, just the straight one finger riff. And that is literally the two main parts of the song. It really only does those two sections. As I mentioned, after it does the build up, that's when it comes into the normal riff, followed by the variation riff. Normal riff, variation riff. Back to the build up. Then it drops away and lets the bass play for a couple of bars before it comes into the normal verse riff, which is just your standard. Okay, that's all the parts for the main riff for Seven Nation Army. You'll have a demo down here that you can play along to. So once you feel like you've got those riffs mastered, the other part of this song is the stamina. But have a play along to the demo and see if you can play for the whole 4 minutes and something of the song. It's a fair bit of stamina involved to try and play those parts.